Welcome everyone to Prairie Girl Rocks. Today we'll polish some rocks and discuss some ways to save $1 to get the most out of the dollar that you spend on your lapidary equipment. I've got just a couple tips and tricks that I'd like to share with you today so that you too can save $1. So here's everything ran through the first grit on the flat lap. So everything now is nice and flat. It's not polished, as you can see, but nice and flat. These ones were probably the hardest to get there. They were difficult. They were not cut very straight. There was some little gouges. Everything else was pretty civil, pretty easy to work with, but got the first. Ooh, dropped that one on the floor. The first polish done on these, ready to go on to the next one. And when I say next grit, I started with the 180, and I just moved my way down. I honestly don't know what they are. Brown is 325, red is a 600, blue is a 1200, and orange is a 3000. So I have some combination of those wheels here. I've got a brown one on right now because that'll be my next grit, and then a red one, and then a blue one, and then an orange one. So getting right down there. But yep, now we're getting ready for the brown one. Here we go. When you are using your flat lap, you pay for 6 inches, use all of it. All the way over to the very edge. You paid for the whole thing, use the whole thing. If you don't use the entire, if you just use this little bit right in here, you'll wear that part of the wheel out and not this part of the wheel. And then you'll dang near have 2 different grits in one pad. So, you paid for the whole thing, feel free to use the whole thing. Heck yeah. Alright, we just finished the red pad. Everything is coming along really nicely. There we go. See? Getting a nice polish on things. Everything's looking really, really good. I'm excited. Just about finished. These have been a bugger. I hope that they take a nice polish in the end and I don't have to go back, but these 2 bigger pieces have given me a hard time. Everything else though, zooming right along. Just about there. Boop, boop. So pretty. So pretty. So, as the thing says, from the red wheel to the blue wheel. All right. Here we go. Done with the blue one. On to the orange one we go. The final step in polishing is not a polishing pad, but a buffing pad. And Highland Park supplies with their buffing pad that they give you just a little bit of that diamond paste. You can see I put just a little bit of it on there. A little bit goes a long ways. So we'll final step this, but this is a little different. This is not a polishing pad like the other ones. This is a buffing wheel. And that's pretty shiny, but we're gonna put it on the buffing pad and just barely any water. Oh, buddy, did that make a difference or what? Boom, she's pretty. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, let's do it one more time. It's pretty shiny, but let's do it. Yeah. That's so pretty. So pretty. Yeah. All right. When you buy a machine from Hi-Tech, they will send with the machine the brown pad, the red pad, the blue pad, and the buffing wheel with the buffing compound. That is what you'll get with their kit, no matter what size. I've got a 6-inch. That's what they send with it. They also send a 180 grit grinding wheel. So that is what you will get when you purchase the machine from Hi-Tech. Now, I wore my original pads out completely and have replaced them with the brown, red, blue, and orange wheels. Also, I have tried some off-market grinding wheels, and these you would just attach to an off-market mounting plate. I don't exactly remember what brand these were, but they were very inexpensive and they actually work really well. So if you noticed in the video that my final grinding disc, my orange disc, made just a little bit different noise than the rest of mine, that's because these grinding discs are just adhesive onto here. And so when you really, really wear them out, you can peel them off of there, clean up the disc, and reapply a new grinding wheel. And again, I wanted to try some other wheels. I do a lot of Montana agates and stuff that we know are just outrageously hard. And so I really seem to wear my higher grits out a lot, like really fast. So I did invest in and try some off-market grinding discs and some off-market mounting plates. They work just fine. Definitely not the same thing. Definitely not that same high grade plastic and stuff that they send you, but they work fine. So there's just a quick little equipment brief on what I use to polish and some of the not necessarily name brand parts that I use or have tried to use, and what I thought about them, whether I liked them or not. I do. I like them. For the price that I paid for the other stuff, it was absolutely worth trying and using. I should also mention that these off-brand wheels that I've tried should honestly be mounted to one of those backing plates, but I've managed to just kind of cheat and stack them so far. That's worked for me. But they should probably, in all reality, be mounted to a plate. But again, they've worked really good for the price I paid for them. And like I say, when I do as many Montana agates as I do, I beat these grits up really badly. I really blow through them at a pretty incredible rate. So to buy a cheaper higher grit grinding plate and take it easy on the rest of my more expensive discs is probably an economical and smart thing for me to do. So I went ahead and tried that, like I say. And that's what I thought about it. It's okay, it works. Now that we got all the equipment chat out of the way, Let's do an end reel and look at all these beautiful rocks. Pretty rocks for us to look at. Pretty rocks are everywhere. In a world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind.